Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Love You Show. My name is Ashley and this is my co-host Andrew, and we teach you the fundamentals about self-acceptance, self-love, and self-care. And today's topic is, Andrew?
It's National Women's History Month. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And when we first began our classes together, we talked about how each of us thinks differently because of the elements in our life.
Yes.
So we perceive the world differently, and one of the major elements is how we were raised.
Yes.
And the women in our life that were examples for us. And I know that, Ashley, you come from a family of strong women. So tell the audience about how that changed.
So I come from a huge Latina family, and I say Latina meaning because I come from such a huge female dominant family. My mom is the oldest out of 11 children, and there's 8 women out of those children. And I have a lot of cousins who are females. There's hardly any boys in my family. So growing up with such, strong-minded women in my family has only encouraged the women in my family to continue that, to be strong, to be strong-minded. There's a lot of business and creative women in my family, and it's just beautiful to be able to look back and look at every woman that's in my family, like my aunts and my cousins, and just see how individually different they are, but what we all share in common is our strengths.
So I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
And we haven't talked about this before. But I looked at what Women's History Month is supposed to be about. And it's supposed to honor the women who made contributions to culture, society, and to history. And I think you are one of those women.
Oh, crocodile tears.
So seriously, you were the first plus-size woman
Yes.
to win Project Runway. That's historical.
Yes.
You also are a plus-size advocate. And I know it's hard for you to take on the mantle of history.
Yes.
But what you did was make history.
Yes.
And I think that acknowledging that and honoring that this month is also part of Women's History Month. And that is to acknowledge our progress.
It's making me cry.
Talk a little bit about what that was like. And did you think of it that way? And how do you think about it now?
Doing it, I didn't think of it as anything but trying to stand for what I think is right for us women and what was missing in our availability to have. And so me being on Project Runway and fighting for a community that wasn't available or just didn't have access to fashion, I think it only felt right for me to do it. And it didn't feel like I was like it was a burden. It didn't feel like a job. It just felt like something that I was passionate about, and I think because I had so much passion, people were to understand where I was coming from with it. So thank you for saying that, because I feel really, really honored, and I don't really look back at how much I've done for the plus size community by being strong-minded about this one point and just really just fighting for it.
I know it's been years.
Yeah.
So how do you think about it now? Like, where are you at today? Especially since what we've gone through in the last year and how we really advocated for women's causes and you become a strong voice for that.
I mean, in the past 6 years since Project Runway, I've seen this plus size community grow so much, and to also see women's places in this job industry grow so much as well, because the fashion industry, what people don't know is that it was a very male dominant industry, and I think there needed to be more females for females to let them know about how clothing should fit. But I mean, this year, having a woman run for vice president and winning the elections, I think that's huge accomplishments that or strides that we've worked for a while.
Yeah, and when you think of the glass ceiling,
yeah,
you guys keep crashing it.
Yes, we keep breaking it. I think people keep giving us this is the standard, and we keep just breaking through it and building these new standards. So
this is, our topic today, and we didn't want to take a lot of time talking about it, but I did want you to think about some words of advice that you could give to your sisters during National History Month. Like, what is it about you and the way that you think that could help inspire others?
I think it's what is something that you've done or learned to feel good about yourself and to make yourself stronger, and what are some things that they can teach, like pass it on. Because I'm always practicing self-acceptance, self-love, and self-care, and this is something that feels right to me, and I constantly share it with you guys online and social media. And I think just taking what you learn from here and being able to share it with other women so that we can continue to be strong and with each other.
If I think about your history, Ashley, I was just sitting here thinking about the college that you went to.
Yeah.
Was owned by women.
It was.
And a lot of your instructors were women. So a lot of your life has been influenced by powerful women.
Yeah.
So I don't even think you know of another way, because your reality and your perception of reality is powerful women. And I think that's a lot of why you are so powerful.
Yeah, I gravitate towards that, and I think it just empowers that. I come from a mother who's, I'm first generation American here, and I come from a mother who was a single parent with 3 children, made a better life for them here in the United States, and brought all her brothers and sisters. So I think that's all I know, is to work hard and not to settle for less, or to just fall in the cracks, just to be able to stand on your own.
Yeah, and I think you haven't used your weight or your being feminine as an excuse. I think it's just made you work harder.
Yeah.
So that's our small lesson today.
Thank you.
And any updates on what we talked about last week with our development of your OnlyFans platform? I know we're working on it.
We're working on it. Right now, we are setting up everything and how we visually want this to look, and how much more can we become authentic and kind of give you guys an view of what our world is like here in this office. Because we're switching over to a platform that allows us to have more creative freedom. I think we can do anything from sewing lessons, tips and tricks. I think that just got me excited and want to be able to do sewing lessons through there.
Yeah, among other things.
Yes. Among other things, but I don't want to give too much out.
Yeah. So maybe next week we'll have more information.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
So that's it for us this week. And we really appreciate you guys coming back and giving us feedback every week. And we'll see you next week.
Have a great Friday. Bye. Everyone.